And so for the love track, which is the only track that I've heard so far, is that supposed to bring you love, or is it supposed to open you to love, or to love yourself, or is there anything specific?
Yeah, thank you for asking that. The message that I got was that it was about opening to love and about loving self. Those were the strong feelings when I was done with it, and that's why I called it love. Although loving other people is part of it, but it was more about opening and allowing love and feeling that connection and loving self, which I think is really, really important. I mean, you've got to love yourself first, and then, it's cliche, but then you can love other people. And that music, those sounds were designed for that.
Fabulous. So it's not like, oh, I need to find a boyfriend, so I'm going to listen to this song.
No. And no, although, that might be a result, an outcome.
Yeah, because once you're really loving yourself, then people are just magnetically attracted, and it's the people that are going to treat you well.
Right.
It's not the people that are looking for, girlfriends or boyfriends with low self-esteem to take advantage of. It's the people that are whole within themselves.
Correct.
And love themselves who are going to be just attracted to you through the law of attraction.
Exactly. And that's what it's just, I'm hoping that it's an enhancer for meditation. It's an enhancer for that kind of thing where you're just opening yourself up to love. I mean, love really, is all there is. That's the energy of source. So I think I was tapping into that for this piece. Just a wonderful, and I can't, it's so overwhelming when I come out of these meditations after the music, and I don't even realize what it is until I'm playing it back. And it was the love one in particular is the piece that just really brought me to tears because it was so connecting. And I say that in all modesty, and I really mean that. It was so wonderful to experience that meditation for me too.
Now, I've heard you describing what you do as kind of coming from source. So do you feel like you make up this music, or do you feel like it's being sent to you by source? I believe,
Abraham has told me that I'm channeling them through music, which was a really profound thing to hear when we were doing the Sara music. And I feel now that this music is coming through, that it is coming through source. I am channeling this. It's not, it's not me. I feel it's bigger than that. I'm very humbled by it because as somebody who has, no musical, technical experience, I mean, I couldn't read a note or write a note to save my life. It's really just coming through. So I feel like it's so much bigger than I was. And I kind of went away from music for many, many years while I was writing animation and writing television. That kind of became the primary, and music was my personal hobby, and I just kind of tinkered around with it. And then it came full force back with doing the Sara music, and I think that's so fascinating because that was really source guiding me back, and then Abraham telling me specifically that the music is the direction was profound for me.
So I want to talk about, and I'm getting really excited about the music. And also, okay, before I ask you this other question, you're working on an album now about just specifically for the vibrational sound meditation, right?
Yes, I am. It should be, I think we're going to be done going out with that in about 2 months. And it's a collection of specifically the vibrational sound meditations because we've had an overwhelming response to it. And people have been asking me, is there a CD? Can we get this? Can we use it during, massages? Can we use it for meditations? And I definitely want to get that out there. So, yeah, we're working on that now.
Great. So maybe while you're driving your car, is that probably maybe not the best time to listen, or?
I don't know. I haven't tried that one yet. I feel like the responses I've gotten, I don't know if that would be a wise idea because people are kind of like in an altered state when they're done.
Yeah.
So maybe not while driving.
But at the same time, people get into that autopilot mode where they're kind of in that state anyway when they're driving. So
that's true. I mean, and you're guided. There's there's so much synchronicity on the road, I think.
Oh, my goodness.
People are so not aware, but are guided from a higher place when they're behind the wheel of the car. So I don't know. Everybody's experience is different, so I wouldn't want to put any limitations on the music. But I just want it to be enjoyed and felt.
Okay. Well, it's going to be time to take another break, but I wanted to ask you, so I want to play another song before the break, and then after the break, I want to talk about your animation work, because you have an interesting story about Hanna-Barbera, I believe.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be right back with more Synchronicity just in a moment, but first we're going to play Grace, which is from the Cloud Walking CD. So do you want to introduce Grace?
Grace is just this really light melodic piece that is, I don't know, it's just this really light melodic piece that just kind of sings. And I've had a lot of response from this piece as well. People really like it. In fact, a little girl asked me if she could use it during a ballet recital.
Aww.
Which was super sweet. And her name happened to be Grace. So I said, please, by all means, I think the song was written for you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, here is Grace from Stewart St John's CD Cloud Walking on CITR 101.9 FM, Vancouver.